Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we continued doing more job quests and also leveling up, you know, the 3 jobs in Ul'dah. And in this episode we're gonna go and just continue with the identical thing that we were doing. So I'm gonna go and queue up with leveling, and then I'm also going to go and move back over to Ul'dah. I still hate how little of a skirt there actually is on this piece of armor. Yeah, no thanks. So I think we've now done all of the quests that I wanted to do. Yeah, because all the other ones are either job quests. Let me go and check it out just to make sure. Because then I can go and move on to one of the areas around here. If I could only just go over here. Let's see, because this is you want to be something, and then Gone to Pieces is the synthesis stuff, so that is for crafting purposes. Chamber of Rules. Okay, my laptop was just like, hey, there's an update waiting. You want an update? In the middle of a recording? No. Let's go to Western Sana then, and then go into the quests around here. Although, I could also do the hunting log. I think that's what I was actually gonna do, if I remember quite right. So East Route, South Route, Upper La Noche, Western Sana. So there's 2 things in Western Sana in any case, and one in Southern, Eastern, Southern, Southern. Okay, so let's go to Western. Let me see though. Let's go to Western Sandland, he says. Well, he is already in Western Sandland, but whatever. I know where this is. It's over here. These enemies are over here. So let's go and deal with them first. You know, while I'm waiting to enter a dungeon. How many eggs do I have left? 90. I'm fine. The most important question. How much protein do I have? Gotta get nice and buff. Right, so the Yarzon's scavengers. Now I just gotta remember how to play a low level black mage. Although it's pretty easy though. There's not much to it. I need to defeat 2 of these. Okay, that's nice. The less I have to play Black Mage, the better. Kind of. Which is kind of unfortunate though, honestly. Okay, and then we have the Laughing Toads. Also just some Asian dudes, okay. Somebody's doing the MSQ. Oh, I hate you. I hate the fact that you do that to me. Can't believe you've done this. Also, I only just noticed this, but we get 2 things now. 2, what's it called? Let me go and take a look in a second. I know that this entire thing is called Enochian, but let me go see. I think it's just like two stacks of Umbral. Is it Astral Fire and Umbral Ice? Yeah, I think so. There we go. I need 1 more. Okay. I'm sorry, I need 2 more. Pfft. Me thinking I was done. Who do you think you are? You fool. Stupid frogs. Slap him with the freaking staff. As you should. There's 1 more Laughing Toad over there. Gonna see if I can get to him. Are you kidding me? Also, I've only just noticed that I'm very stiff from working yesterday. Don't. No, I don't need another toad. One is more than good enough. Let me go and test something out. Is this going to... Yeah, no, it's only going to remove it. So I still have to use transpose. Which is all I needed to know. Okay, cool. So that's them done. I'll begin by doing like everything in Thanalan, and then I'll move to another area. So southern Thanalan. Broken water. Don't remember where broken water is, to be quite honest. It's over here. So Potter Wasp Swarm. Can I remember where they are? Well, at the moment, not really, because I don't remember where they are. Well. Sometimes using your brain is an option. We're gonna move away from that golem. So I do not want to deal with anything more than this friggin' one enemy. How? I thought I, you know, casted friggin' thunder on you, but... Oh, this enemy's level 29. I think I might have missed my spell. No? Don't kill me. Don't do it. Holy shit. I have 3 HP left. How many? 4? Are they really level... No, they're supposed to be level 26. Not level 29. How's my gear looking actually? Okay. So there should be like a pack of these enemies at a lower level. Over here. My god. This should be much more manageable. Yep. I also just remembered something. And that is that I normally cut the stuff out. That I, you know, pause my recording. But the thing is, if I do that, then there's gonna be literally nothing happening in this video. Which in a certain way wouldn't be bad. Less editing for me. But I do think I still want to show the location of these enemies, especially because I do not remember all of the locations. I have memorized a lot of ARR, but not the location of every single enemy. There we go. Now let's see. Eastern Thanalan, another one in Southern, so Corpse Brigade and Knuckle Dancer. They're in here. If I remember quite right. Yep, there he is. Level 28. Well, I guess we'll see how this is gonna go. They can use recover, I think, to heal themselves, which is a little bit annoying. But he didn't do it. Or maybe they can't, and I don't know. Let's go wait for my HP to return, because I'm going to need it. Also this. Once I've done this one leveling roulette, I'm probably gonna be like a much higher level, so it's going to make a lot of this a lot less annoying. Still annoying because it's Black Mage, but now, annoying is a big word. It's just an entire, like, it's a very specific type of gameplay, I would say. Black Mage. I've also noticed that my casting bar is a little bit off-center. Whoopsie. There we go. Let me go and change that for a sec. Why is my progress bar over there even? Progress bar. There it is. Target bar, status and seminar. It should be around here somewhere. There we go. I'm probably still gonna have to change my HUD again at some point. Because I've also changed it for my main character. But honestly, at the moment, I do not need all of those buttons. So I'm fine. Hey, look, one of them did use recover. Like an asshole. Well, get him with scaff. There we go. Alright. Gucci. So, Fire Sprite in Southern Thanalan 2 in the Red Labyrinth. Ooh, isn't that? The Red Labyrinth. Huh. Can I even kill these things? They're level 28. I guess we'll see. And then the Furball. Is that just like a fancy name saying Furball? Alright, number 1 for leveling roulette. There we go. Alright, BRB. Okay. After the dungeon run, or during the dungeon run to be precise, I got myself Thunder 2, which is a really good spell. Yeah, I can only of course use it in dungeons at level 26 or like around like where I can be at level 26. But it's basically an AoE thunder dot. So I have like my normal thunder and then an AoE thunder damage over time spell, which is freaking amazing. I also got myself the Plunderer's boots. Or I'm sorry, the Acolyte's thigh boots. Okay, I think, yeah, when I see it together with this, I guess it, well, does it excuse the miniskirt? A little bit more, yes. Yeah, I guess a little bit more, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go and I just noticed that I have this over here. What are the levels of my other people? So next up I need to go and level up Gladiator. The thing is, I was gonna do the hunting log when I was like level 26, 27-ish. Anyway, so I'm first gonna go and focus on doing the hunting log for all of my jobs for this tier in any case, and then we'll go and continue our dungeon grinds. But I also need to go and do the job quest, of course. Well, that is another thing that I should go and do. So once I've killed these enemies, I guess I'll meet you guys back at the Thaumaturgist Guild once I'm done with defeating these specific enemies. Okay, so another thing that I'd learned, or that I just got by reaching level 28 after defeating those fire sprites, we got, if I can look for it, we got Thundercloud. Grants a 10% chance that after each damage over time tick inflicted by Thunder or Thunder 3, 3% for Thunder 2 or Thunder 4, the next Thunder 2, Thunder 3 or Thunder 4 will add its full damage over time amount to its initial damage, have no cast time and cost no MP. So what would happen basically is there's a chance that you can get Thundercloud happening, and then you can use this skill and it will do the maximum amount of damage, so like the full potency of this entire spell, so there would be 35 times, how much is this? Times, I think 7? And that would be like the full potency, and you have no cast time, no MP, so you can just like throw it back on, and the enemy will be dotted again too, so. Now this over here, I'm stacking of a third Astral Fire and Umbral Ice, casting Fire 2 or Blizzard 2 grants maximum stacks of Astral Fire or Umbral Ice respectively. Maintaining 3 stacks of Astral Fire or Umbral Ice, the cast time of spells of the opposite element is halved. I remember there being something else, but whatever. We'll see when I get that. It might be Enochian, which is something that we get as a black mage, and not as a thaumaturge. But I'm not sure. Hello. Ah, Lynn, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about that dreadful business with Kokobushi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help him banish this air of uncertainty. Lynn, long have I agonized over Kokabusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the Yawning Abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched void scent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. Right. To Camp Drybone we go. With my Chad son. I could queue up for a dungeon though, now that I'm thinking about it. I should probably just queue up for dungeons while I'm doing... Well, no, this is a job quest, so I might need to do an instance. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. Why do I seem to remember having a lot of issues finding these people? You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of Void Scent. Here is the first chapter, my own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence, and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Now let's see. Are they in here? Oh lord. In here mayhaps? Yeah. You wish to learn of Mormo right this instant, but we've barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating. Even amongst the oddities of the voice sense, she is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some such suitable host. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter. Right, back to the Thaumaturge's Guild. I really don't like that my hair is clipping through this cap, but whatever. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. This is what happens when you listen to the same music over and over and over and over. Hello, Cookabuki. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? A scientific study on the characteristics of the void sense seductress known as Mormo. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Sildi depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful void sense, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous void scent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host would be a swift and decisive demise. Or like, or whatever. This explains Mormo's fixation on thaumaturgicide. Kokabusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened void sense, forcing her to prey upon richer souls of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Kokabigo. I shall be along momentarily. This is the work devoted to studying that nasty void sense? I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Kakapuki, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobushi. If we fail, however, it would likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? One of avoiding the threats, of eliminating the risks. Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle? With each passing moment, Mormor draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble. I share the self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Listen, brothers, my solution is thus. In return for releasing Kokobushi from Mormor's thrall, I will offer the void scent a chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot. The succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormor's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry. And the newly enlift void scent, she will then face the combined wrath of Lin and 4 guild masters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we held no advantage. The fault lies with me. Never have I encouraged such avoidance, and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learn the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Lin, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the Yawning Abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Lin, even when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Lin, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed halls of Saul's Respite. This quest is taking a lot longer than I expected. But whatever, I guess. Okay, you can still get the panty shot, which is not what I like. But whatever. I guess in a certain way, any woman who wears a skirt can have that happen, I guess. But this skirt is really short, right? It's not just me, right? We're gonna see. Because this skirt is... Well, I don't know. I don't have a lot of female friends, so I don't really know the intricacies of a skirt. But this is a pretty short skirt. I'm pretty dang sure about that. Alright, and as I expected, a freaking instance. I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I'm confident that with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. Alright. No escape from this abyss. Right. Void Heralds. Can I hit both of these with this? Yeah, boy. False teeth, I can barely watch. Try to keep the blood. Try to keep blood inside your body. Oh man. Oh, these Lalafell. These jokers. Switch for more fire too. I've been thinking about something actually. I have a plan. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but I do have a plan. So what happens if I switch with this? Or use Blizzard 2 right now? Well, not much, apparently. Not the effect that I wanted in any case. Oh yeah, just lots of freaking silence, huh? Well, at some point I start becoming immune to silence, so... Also, I just got freaking Thunderstorm, so I can show this off. Or Thunderclap. That's a lot of... That's a lot of slugs. I also kind of forgot that I had Thunderclap. There we go. And then switch to Blizzard 2. final nightmare approaches. The Lord of Flies cometh. The ice golem cometh and breaketh, openeth the dooreth. Super Adventure Island 2 is the best. I love that game. Let's go on bottom again, because there's a chance that I can get myself a Thundercloud. Which is a pretty easy, nice amount of damage. Of course, the more enemies you have dotted, the more, like, the higher the chances that you'll get Thundercloud. As one would expect, I suppose. There we go. I cannot stop shaking, but I think this might actually this may actually be exciting, or excitement, whatever. What? Do you see now, my brothers, with the primal energies of thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Kakaboshi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. What a wonder Lyn was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with a fury. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm together. Thank you, Lyn. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. I guess we will. I suppose. Alright. I love that the Lord of Flies cometh. My worst nightmare. I hate flies. Not that I'm scared of flies, I just find them ridiculously annoying. So whenever a fly enters my my general space, I get angry. But formidable team you shall all make: Kokobigo, Kokobani, Kokobesi, Kokoboha, Lyn. Even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of our combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage the Void Scent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unleash their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is as a beacon to us all. Let's see. So this is an upgrade, that's an upgrade. These are bigger upgrades, though. Apparently my rope is pretty dang good already. I'm gonna take a look, actually. Well, everything that I am wearing is pretty dang good, honestly. What do I want? I guess I get these ring bands, maybe? Sure. Weapon is an improvement. Ring bands too, so there we go. Anything else that is an improvement? Oh, the torturer's monocle. So now I'm wearing a monocle, which surprisingly fits. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and... I want to do hunting log stuff, but I also want to queue up for dungeons, just so I can, I guess, help leveling up a little bit faster. Yeah, sure. Let's go and queue up. This is probably gonna pop pretty dang quickly. Thaumaturge. Let's see. So I've done that one. I've gone all the way down here. I need to go to Eastern Thanland next. I know where these enemies are. Or at least I think so. Are they at... they're at Wellwick Woods. Okay, no, they're... Okay, yeah, now I know where they are. They are, for your information, over here. I'm pretty dang sure. So I think I'll go and kill these enemies, and I will be right back. Maybe also after a dungeon, I don't know. Okay. After doing a couple of dungeons, basically 2 dungeons, I have now reached level 30 with my gladiator, which allows me to go and equip all of these things over here, the mana breachers and some other stuff. So now I look like this. It's a fashion statement, you know. It's a combination of gear, that's a fact. And then there's the job quest. I guess I'll wait, maybe? Because I also got to do all of this. What do we do now? Also, this is interesting over here. Just the skin over here. Let me go and finish up this final furball over here. Just so that it's done. And let's go and then do the Gladiator level 30 quest. And then also after that, of course, unlock Paladin. And then that class is ready for the next part, I would say. Right, cool. That's that done. Let's go and switch back to Gladiator. I didn't have the most successful run, not gonna lie, in the last dungeon. I was doing Hawk Manor, but I was level 28. And you can be like level 31 if you go through, like when you go through that area, so... That was not the most successful dungeon run. I didn't wipe though. The other one before, I think, Totorak, I did wipe. Because I pulled too much. Right, hello. So this stuff is inferior to what I have. And the other thing is better is this helmet, which looks like shit. Damn it all to the 7th hell, this is madness. It's Aldous, he's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense, he has no motives to do so, and whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort to using poison. The Alakon must be behind this. They have failed to kill him time and time again. Or time and again. And now they've reached out to their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wymond when he said he had such influence, but... Wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wymond. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wymond, see what he can tell us. Aldous is many things, but he's not a murderer. That's the steps of Nard. Snoopaw. What a name. Also, what do I even get at level 30? If anything. The thing is, you get nothing. Right, hello. I was wondering when you might come along, Lynn. Frankly, I'm surprised all this went so quietly. You ought to know there's no walking away from this. Aldous and Leovold. You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leovold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Bloodsands, but he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few gil more. See, the average Uldan loves a good Colosseum fight. And what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? So, when it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Milla got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death too. It was rumored he took his own life out of shame of his disgraced pupil, or that he might have been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made all this look that much worse. In the end, Milla lost two of the most important men in her life, and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Leovold? He tried to go it solo on the Bloodsands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save. Though judging from that look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Ah, fine then. Though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Rhalgr's bile. It is a vile poison, rare and expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it. I hear. Gods only know when they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre in southern Thailand and ask him direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation personally, but you don't, do you? By the by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. Right. Off we go to the Sepulchre. As I yawn. But you didn't hear it, because it was a quiet yawn. Now I'm thinking about it though, didn't I have a piece of... Yeah, I do have the manners skill mill still. I was about to say, like, I remember having something like this. Oh, let's have a 47. I'm gonna take a look for a sec. It's a Marauder thing. Okay, yeah, that's it. So now I have the best gear on that I can possibly equip. At the moment, in any case. Let's go and sneak in. Yoink. Oh, shit. That's not the best. How many enemies will attack you now? The funny thing is, there are 2 freaking ranged enemies right now. Meaning that I'll have to go to them if I want to do actual damage. Just get a little bit closer. Son of a bitch. This freaking monk noticed me. There we go. Let's go fly away. And then there should be something down here. As I get the attention of yet another enemy. No matter. He will die all the same. There you go. As we get a piece of Rollicker's Bile. And more enemies, because I definitely needed more enemies. There we go. Off we go to Miller. Oh, Miller. Alright. Where have you been, Lynn? Aldous has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. Details of dealings made between the Alacron and the Corpse Brigade and the purchase of a deadly poison known as Rolger's Bile. Terrible poison made famous when it was used to assassinate an Alamegan king. This poison is... You have proof that the Alacron purchased it from the Corpse Brigade. Thank the gods, you've done it. Quickly. We must show this to the official presiding over his execution. The official presiding over his execution in Highbridge. Go now. Let's off we go. Taking my dear sweet time, teleporting around. Teleporting around at the speed. No. That one didn't work as well as I was hoping. Flying around at the speed of sound. I wish it was the speed of sound. What did I... No. What in the world was I doing? Right. My gear is fine. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last... Huh? Who are you and what do you want? Get a load of this. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of the gods and men, and he will be executed forthwhile. Don't waste your breath, Lynn. Thal scales have already yielded to wealth above all else. And they have all spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal. And you. What are you waiting for? Do it. Where did that... Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yourselves in exchange. Mercy! Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death. I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you here. Should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So it's to be a rematch. Very well, I accept. Milla and the others need you, Lynn. Leave them to me. Man, the blue eyes were a good friggin' idea. They pop so much more. I love it. Blue eyes, white hair? Blue eyes, white dragon. Oh, yeah. They do need me up on the bridge. But there's a couple of enemies in the way. I will cut them down all the same. Ha! Fucking recovery. Ah, swear. Did somebody just... Yeah, some of them just jumped down. Well, that's interesting. Alright. Hello, friends. Time to die. That's a lot of fire. I need to kill these mages because they're gonna be annoying. We're also gonna put in my tank stance. Seems like a pretty decent idea. There we go. The mage is gone. Oh, the big dude died. And there's of course gonna be more. Whatever. Kill the tiny mage. Stun him. So they may not cast a spell yet. Are you kidding me? My Rage of Alone missed. That's annoying. There we go. I also just noticed something. Well, whatever. I missed my combo. I missed one of my attacks and my combo got broken. Cool. Wow. They're still... They didn't do anything to each other. Aldous. Almost had me, Leovold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just have to have it all, don't you? Just one victory, just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leovold. It's over. Like hell's it is. I swear, you will never know peace. Not in this life, or the next. You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. I remember a lot of these instances being a lot more difficult, but they might have been a lot more difficult because I didn't know how to play my jobs. Well, right now I know how to play just about every single job. At least, like, decently. I'm glad you were there, Lynn. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alec. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction, of course. You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you'd need a title that befits your prowess. Now, that's... I'm having issues today. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No, Leovold may be dead, but the Alec are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is true. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Ul'dah's lovely ladies any longer. But I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. I'll decide. Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Milla. I'm known to have this effect on the fairer sex. Should have let the headman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. But how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Milla. Don't ever change. Ah yes, there's one more thing I wanted to say before I go, Lynn. 7 years ago, before my last match on the Blood Sands, I was given an offer, a sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leovold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversary. And with that, I bid you all farewell. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. Still so much I want to. What the seven hells are you looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? I think all it takes to stand on the Blood Sands is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you and you alone who decides your destiny. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your name in legend? Oh! Even my character. Nice. Let's go and get that helmet, because it's the only upgrade. And there we go. So now we have the Paladin's Pledge, which is the next quest. Am I going to do that one? I very much could. This is good. Yeah, I was about to say, this is gonna look stupid. But whatever. Stats over glamour. Ah, there you are, Lynn. Perfect timing. I've just a juicy bit of gossip that I know you're interested in. Apparently, and remember you heard this from me, the Sultan Sworn elite are sharing the secret skills and trainings of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan Sworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instructions of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had a chance to learn the arts, and competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Ul'dah Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just languishing about in a palace all day polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now, anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the Sworn or any other nonsense either. This is a golden, no, a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers, and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hustings Strip. Find the captain of the Sultan's Sworn Elite, Jenlins is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. I think I'm gonna do this quest, and then I'll go and end up this episode. It's already pretty dang long, but let's just go and see if I can do this. I don't remember how much you have to do for this quest. You know what I can't wait for? Not having to do Lalafell voices for a little bit. That'd be nice. Yes, I'm Jendins, member of the Sultan's Sworn Elite and servant to the Uldan Sultanate. Unless my instincts are deceiving me, or unless my instincts deceive me, it's the same basically. You have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good woman. Lynn? A fine name. I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve, but if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sell swords and gladiators and other of their ilk wield their blades for themselves, but a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts that a paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured and perfected within the ranks of the Sultan's Sword's elite for nigh on these 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, their soldiers, the mounted guards and the knights, we are the elite of the elite. Our convictions unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But to the glory of the Sultan's Sworn, well, much of it has buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year. We are a shadow of what we once were. And the Sultana turns to sellswords to defend her palace. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one, who shall not be named. And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts, and you will be inducted into the Sultan's Sworn, but serve as a free paladin. However, first, you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins to the south of Little Amigo, you'll find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flames. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present to me their ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Okay. I was thinking about it, that I was gonna need to do something, at least. My god, today I'm really just stumbling over my words like crazy. A little bit more than I usually do. Right. Let's light the brazier, so that we may kill some undead. There we go. Okay, one mage. Anything else? Nope. Shriveled hearts removed from the lifeless husks of 3 forsaken souls who were, until recently, undead. Man, I swear. If you are in this place, searching for the undead, then you must be a petitioner seeking the secrets of the paladin arts. But make no mistake, simply learning paladin swordplay does not make you a paladin, nor does the armor you wear, or the status you claim. I'm just another raging free paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the paladin. Here, you'll be returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. As he walks into a horde of undead. Right, back to Genless. My little Gooboo buddy. Right. It's getting dark. And they gave some stormy weather today, so I have a tiny feeling I know what's gonna happen in the next, like, 10 minutes. Face the undead monsters to infest... Yeah, I know. The charred remnants of 3 Ashkin hearts. Proof that you have overcome Genless's trial, whatever. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt that you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That is well, for there's much to learn. First and foremost is this. You are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master, instead she travels all lands and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord but to yourself. You are nobility amongst adventurers. You have taken your first steps on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this, the soul of the paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of paladins of eras past. She who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang, you already possess a crystal, and you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin. Who told you to hand it to me? Where's this crystal of which you speak? I demand you to show it to me at once. Strange yet beautiful runes have been carved upon the surface of this otherwise normal-looking crystal. Curse him. He has made a mockery of the trial. That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of the paladin, but it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultan's war. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking this many moons. He's an oathbreaker who bent the knee to the Uldan Sultanate and who swore allegiance to the Sultan's war, but then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel on honor on the paladin's way? And his soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by a captain of the Sultan's War. That traitor is no Sultan's War, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance. But through reigns, long and short, our forebears in the Sultan's Sworn have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our own ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultan's Sworn in these troubled times, though I did not ask for this honor. I have bent my knee to the Sultanate, or the Sultana, and sworn fealty, and I will fight to restore our honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until a time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor bids you as surely as an oath. That was a lot of talking. Now, you want to know something really funny? I think we've actually seen this before, earlier in the game. I'm gonna take a look, because we're first gonna go and learn a new skill. Spirits Within. So, equip, and look at this. It resets my hotbar. So, let me just go and explain what Spirits Within does. It's just an attack that delivers a potency of 270 every 30 seconds. You can also weave it in between your normal cooldowns. I think I'm gonna go leave it over here, people. Off camera, I'm gonna go and fix my hotbar, and next episode we're gonna go and continue doing the stuff that we were doing before, really. Goodbye.